Oh man, this bring back so much many memories. The kind iconic screen. Wow. Oh wow. I used Windows XP when it was still in beta, and I had a, let's see if this, no, this password on it. Okay. Oh yeah, the desktop. Wow. So I had a Pentium 2 350 megahertz computer, and I had installed Windows XP on it, and it was just the bare minimum requirements to run Windows XP, and I had, I believe, not even 1 GB RAM. I had something like mm, I don't remember. I think I had 128 or 256. I think I had 256 MB RAM. I ran, and Windows XP was a big thing that professional, and it had this thing that when you click on turn off things, the color scheme will go gray, and some people just do it like we were every all of us we had this Windows, so we'll just uh, do this to see the colors go fade away. And this MSN installer was a big thing. It, of course, it did not work in our country back then. And so coming from Windows 98, Windows XP was definitely a big thing. I did install and worked on Windows 2000 and Windows Millennium Edition, so I had to test all those windows. It was just a hobby, a fun thing for me. So I really used that Pentium 2 computer. I will install and reinstall all these different operating systems. I on the peak of it when Windows XP was out, I was installing at least an operating system, if not every other day, then at least every week. And that was now I thank God for virtual machines, that we can install all these um, virtual machines and install different operating system on that. Back then, if I had to see a feature, the only way for me to do is format the hard drive and reinstall an operating system, check it out, and then back and forth. So you can imagine, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. Yes, at the peak time, I was installing Windows every other day, or at least every week. And, and how I had like a dual boot system, so I will install one operating system and install another one. So that's how I was doing it. So all the time my PCs, they had two operating system for a very long time. I got the Pentium 4, then I had gotten a Pentium D, then I got a Core i5, and now I have a Ryzen. um, the Ryzen computer is the only computer that I use mainly for my virtual machines that has not have two dual operating systems. Other than that, all of my previous machines, they all had dual boot system. And for what it's worth, this computer is pretty good actually. It's pretty good responsive. The hardware is HP, and my son is just using it to, fool around, play, and all that. Internet Explorer was 6 was a big thing. Oh yeah, look at those icons. Yep, it was definitely a big thing back then. And when then it was in a beta, there was this thing that you can click here and send the feedback right here. Then they change it with the XP logo in the final. And of course we cannot go online on this thing because this machine is so old. It does not have Wi-Fi, and I had gotten this, and then I had installed a Linksys dongle thing to connect it to my Wi-Fi. I don't do it now. I just leave it. It has actually a floppy disk drive. You can see back then floppy disks were going obsolete. There was still floppy disks. I used them. This one, 5 inches floppy disks were already gone. So I did use 3.5 inch floppy disks a lot. Um, but I'm talking about when we had dial-ups, and even though it said 56 kilobyte dial-up, the actual speed you gotten was 3 or 4 kilobyte per second. So yeah, this is actually the wireless network setup wizard, and this should be dial-up. Yeah, this is the dial-up shortcut to network connection. So you have to actually go and set up dial-ups, and with different companies we would set for different ones depending on which we are going to connect to. There are different dial-up numbers that you dial and enter the username passwords. Wow, this machine brought up so many memories. Let's I don't know if there's nothing in here. Can we open an explorer here somewhere? This folder options. Oh, there's no address bar actually. So but definitely, and this details was a big thing back then. Like it will tell you the file size, type, and all that. Let's go to my documents if there's any. Oh wow, looking at all these icons, pictures, and colors, it's bringing up all those memories. There's a Google folder, new text document. This definitely was something. See, make a new folder. How they highlighted everything back then, because it was a big thing from coming from Windows XP. And share this folder like this. Let's uh, compared to today's operating system, these are nothing to be put like highlight them. This was like when computers were evolving overnight. Well, good memories. Is there anything else we can see over here? Shortcut to display, mouse, and all that.